This is gonna be a weird question, but when was the first time you ever punched someone?
Bro, I got in so many fights.
Was that the first time you ever punched someone?
Did you not fight with like? Oh wait, do you only have a sister?
I only had a sister. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I had 3 brothers. So
Dude,
like,
if I punched my sister, I would. My dad would. My dad used to say this one threat. It's like a legit threat,
Right.
Where like if I did anything like bad in public,
Yeah,
he'd
yeah.
just like grab my ear and just whisper, being like, "I brought you into this world. I can easily take you out." My dad won't remember that, but I specific like to an 8-year-old that's like,
yeah,
I'm sorry, father.
Parenting 101 there.
me and my brothers. So we had 3 brothers, right?
Yeah.
So it was WrestleMania, like
Oh,
fucking
yeah, I
constantly.
bet.
Like,
Oh my
we
God.
must have fought. I must have been in fist fights like 3 days of the week. Like,
Right.
Was
but-
it actually fist fights or was it like?
Oh yeah, it
brotherly?
got to the point where we would like actually start like full on punching each other.
Jesus.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah. We hated each other. I love them now. I love you guys. But back then it was like fucking because oh god, there's so many fights. But yeah, my dad had this thing. We called it like he's probably gonna kill me if I say this, but he had this thing called the murder stare. And like you know when you started fucking up and he would look at you and you're like he's like bro, you're 1 step away from like losing everything.
I will end you right now.
It was the look where he was like, don't do it. Don't do one more thing. I will end you. Love you, Dad, by the way.
Because I was an only child, so I had never had to grow up with any siblings, never had to share anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a fairly uneventful childhood because of that, I think.
In 2020, we call that privilege.
Dude, I got bullied so much in school, so I just started just fucking punching everyone back.
I
and-
guess, yeah, if you get bullied at school, you
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
have like a lot of pent-up
Yeah, I mean,
rage,
after I started
right?
punching back and actually getting in fights, people just left me alone because they knew if they would go for someone else who wouldn't fight back.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Should I just challenge them to a chess game?
I should have, man. That would have definitely worked against kids.
You should have challenged them to a chess game, and then the moment you win, you just punch them in the face. It's like double down on it. Double checkmate.
Oh my god, dude! Shit, dude. There were so many fucking times I got in fights as kids. Oh man, it was so bad. I don't know what stories I could tell if you want any. I mean,
I'm just trying to think, like, when was the...
did you ever punch anyone in school? Like full on punch someone?
Yeah, I have.
What reason?
Because this kid...
It's
in my-
always dumb as fuck in school.
Yeah, it's
but-
because this kid in my high school was giving me shit. Like he was the bully of our year.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he was that one bully that you know how some bullies are kind of like popular with the kids that they don't bully.
Yeah.
This kid, because he bullied everybody, like
Everyone
every
hated
single
him?
person, everybody fucking hated this kid.
yeah.
And of course, eventually, he made the rounds, and the next target was me for whatever reason. And obviously. Going to a high school where it's 99% white boys, and
Yeah.
I'm the only one with a non-white
Yeah, of
bloodline,
course.
right?
Of course,
Easy
of course.
target,
Going for blood.
right? Yeah,
Okay.
he's going for the low-hanging fruit, essentially.
yeah.
So he would, say all these like horribly racial slurs
Yeah,
at
yeah.
me and stuff, and just one day he was just really, and I didn't mind the racial slurs. It's when he got up to my face,
Oh, I hate it when people.
you know,
I hate that
it's
so
like,
much.
There's a difference between a bully shouting across the playground at you.
Yeah, I don't mind that stuff.
Yeah,
it was
which
the
is
other
fine,
stuff.
right? Because that shit's easy to
But
ignore.
respect my personal space.
Yeah,
man.
right. It's like the moment you cross into my personal space, that's when the hands come out.
Yeah.
And I never punched anyone in my life up until that point.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, there's only one way that this kid is going to stop. And he's like,
gotta teach
and I'm
this
like,
kid a lesson.
And in my head, I was like doing a Kaiji episode where I'm like, if I punch him, I'm either going to die. Or I'm gonna come out of this alive.
Joey's like death noting every action.
Yeah.
Man, this is like the total opposite of the way I used to think about it. I was like, just punch and figure it out
Oh
later.
no! I was always the person who was like, okay, what's gonna happen if I go down this route? It was like a visual novel, right? It's like punch or not punch, and it's like, I don't know. I don't want to get the bad. I don't want to get the bad end, right? So I was like, there's a very good possibility that if I punch, I'm going to just like bad end,
Get
just
the
game
shit,
over.
get the kick.
And I was like, but this kid was just relentlessly just like shouting in
Yeah.
my face and just, like, and then the moment he started like pushing me around as well, that's when I think I just snapped.
Yeah,
And I just
yeah.
wail back and just knock this kid in the chin. Like I pulled a fucking Baki move on him, just fucking knocked him in the chin, and he fell down on the ground and he just kind of walked off. And then nobody in my year fucked with me
That's good.
that year. And I was like, okay, all
This,
right, that was the good end. That was the good.
You got the good end.
I got the
You
good
made
end.
the
I
right
got the good
choice.
end.
This is why, like, when I'd never recommend like fighting back because it can normally like it can go like two ways, right?
Yeah.
You can either one, you can get your kick, like, beat the fuck up, right?
Yeah.
Or everyone else will want to challenge you. Everyone will think, oh, you think you're hot shit, all right?
That's like the start of a fucking anime.
Yeah,
Oh, the nerd
God
fought
of high
back.
school? I don't think so. Oh my God. Dude, there was kids that used like spit on each other in school, and that was the stuff that bothered me the most. Like, you
Yeah.
can call me shit, don't spit on me. What the fuck?
Yeah,
God,
that's
yeah, I hated high school.
Did you guys
Yeah.
have this? I don't know if this is only an Australian high school thing, but the last year of the 12th grade, like literally the day before graduation, I forgot what it was called. I think it was called like Year 12 Free Day, where basically the 12th graders, for the last day of high school, they can just run around the school and do whatever the fuck they want.
I think we had something similar in our school.
Yeah.
What?
You guys didn't have this?
I didn't have
Yeah.
this.
But like our school took that free day literally, where some fucking crazy shit would happen. Like we somehow it started off quite innocently, like
Yeah.
putting lube all over the stair rails and stuff
Why are
like that,
kids
so people
getting
would sleep
lube?
on it. And another one was going into one of the teachers' offices and filling his entire floor with cups full of water. So that he couldn't like go into his thing like that. And then it got too far when one of, I think it was like a group of boys, they got one of the teacher's cars, and I don't know how the fuck they did it. I think it was driving a Mini, so it was like relatively small car, and they
Right.
somehow put the car on top of one of the school buildings, like on the roof.
What?
And
I mean, that's too far, but that just sounds
That's
impressive.
impressive.
Yeah.
Honestly, the
And
engineering.
What are the
involved.
logistics behind this, you know?
This kid's going
I
places.
wasn't there to witness it, but imagine just walking to school and you're walking, along the school like wall,
Yeah.
and you just look up and there's just a car sitting there. I'm just like, how did that get
This
there?
must have been in like the news or some shit. No.
No. This is quite frequent.
That sounds like a scene from some
Frequent?
American.
What do you mean frequent?
This sounds like a scene from some American high school movie that you watch and you're like, huh, this is so fucking stupid. This will never happen in real life.
I don't know. I don't know if my high school still does it, but
That's newsworthy in the UK, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be. Yeah, of course. Fucking hell.
no, even the girls' schools would go crazy like that as well. Just
What the
doing
fuck? We didn't have any of
because
this.
it was it was the last day of high school, right? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like do whatever the fuck you want while you can, because after this day you have adult responsibilities. So it's like just it's it's the Miley Cyrus effect, right? It's like just get all that shit out of the way once the contract is ended and you're good to go, right?
No,
Yeah.
but like I said, he must have learned some good skills from being able to fucking get a Mini on a school roof.
Yeah.
How do you do that even
Well-
if...
Oh no, it wasn't like a multi-story building. It was
Right.
like it was like a demountable, so it was just like just getting it up.
Yeah,
but still,
how?
still.
Did like 8 of them coordinate this lift? Like, how did nothing
don't
go
know.
wrong here?
I wasn't there to witness it, but it was awesome just staring across the school grounds and just seeing a fucking Mini
My
on top
fucking
of a
God.
demountable. Yeah, that was crazy.
How do you convince kids to join? Yeah, so we're gonna go lift the teacher's mini. You
yeah,
down?
it's like I need like 5 boys. Who's in? It's like all right, let's fucking do it. Yes.